Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the NordCast. It is episode number 20. We're at that big 20 digits. I'm your host, Nordic97 here, who just probably made the riskiest bet of his life and possibly the worst bet ever. We'll get into that in a second here. I'm joined with my co-host, Carter. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Doesn't sound like you're eating anything, so that's nice.
I ate before.
I
Thankfully,
get I
thankfully
guess
we
it's
had to push
early
the
enough.
meeting back a little bit because I was munching at 3 or when we were about to record.
I guess we're recording early enough in the day that you're not munching on some food, I guess.
I
Yeah,
guess, yeah.
We're joining with Jack as well. Jack, how you doing?
doing good, doing good.
I see both of us are repping Chicago sports, even though
That's
not
right.
much to be happy about. Besides, is that
Oh yeah.
NFL?
Go Cubs!
This is MLB.
They all look the
Baseball.
same. They all look the same. You,
I
you
know
guys
Cubs
got
and
like
Bears are pretty similar.
okay, yeah. Anyways, I do want to talk about my bet before we get into this episode. So this is a really weird story, and I'm not going to say the full part of it, but more or less, my dad's suing someone. my
Oh,
I'm just gonna leave it there. But I was saying that we should spend the money that we get if we win the lawsuit on Flyer season tickets. And my dad was like, "Why would we do that? The Flyers suck." And then I said that we should spend it in like 2026, 2027. And he's like, "No, why would we do that? We don't even know if they'll be good." And I'm like, "They'll be good." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you think they'll make the finals?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, 11 grand, shake on it. So I could be paying my dad 11 grand in 2027.
wow.
Nord, that was not a smart bet.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm betting on Danny Briere and the Flyers really fixing this up. This could be the worst bet I've ever made, or I could look like an absolute genius in 4 years.
All right, listen, let's just do some quick calculations here. The only way that happens is if we get Bedard.
Okay,
That's it.
that is true. That is true. I do agree. We probably do have to get Bedard for that to happen. I won't disagree with that, but I've been pretty good with bets before, so I have a lot of faith I'll do well.
We'll see.
I have the best bet record on the pod, so if
Oh,
anyone's
yeah.
good
Yeah,
with
that's
bets, it's
actually
me.
true.
Like 6-0 against Jack.
Yeah.
I'm undefeated.
Fantasy ain't looking good for you though. I'm just gonna say that. Anyway, well, it's not looking good for any of us. But anyways,
Yeah.
we got a fairly short episode today. We don't get a lot of stuff to talk about, mainly because we're all busy. It's just kind of how it is this time of the year. We do want to talk about, and this episode's gonna be more or less based around the playoff race, and this is more or less gonna be that episode where we talk about that. And I want to start off with the Central Division, because the Central Division right now is heat. It is absolutely heated. It is so unbelievably competitive, and not really in the wild cards necessarily. The four teams that are going to make it are basically a lock, but who's going to win that division is the biggest question. So you start off, you got Dallas with 90 points, 14 of those being overtime losses, of course, because, Dallas stinks in an extra time. You have the Minnesota Wild, who have been absolutely red hot. They have 90 points as well. Then you have the Colorado Avalanche, who are 2 points behind the Wild and the Stars for 88 points. And then you have the Jets, who are 5 points behind the Avalanche, 7 points behind the Wild and the Stars with 83 points. They kind of had a fall off. When did this start, Carter? Around New Year's?
All-Star break.
All-Star break? Yeah, you
All-Star
guys
break, like just like a couple games before All-Star break, we just tanked. And then like pretty much everyone was like, okay, well we'll start to cruise back up. Everyone's tired. They need this break. And yeah, things did not go uphill. They just kept going down.
They've been okay lately, though. They haven't been like terrible lately.
We only beat the Coyotes by 1. I'm scared.
True, but
Still win.
hey, I'll say this though. Last year, you guys were falling off, and then you played the Oilers. Nobody thought y'all would beat the Oilers, and look what happened. You swept the Oilers. But then
that was not last year. That was like
year before.
2 years ago.
My fault.
2-3 years ago.
I'm stuck in a time lapse. Anyways,
yeah, we didn't make playoffs last year.
If you're looking at this division right now, Who do you think can win it? Originally, I think I said Colorado was going to win the division. It's possible. I don't really know though. I don't know if Colorado still has the star power to win the division necessarily. And especially if a team like Dallas just keeps losing in overtime and getting those loser points, they're 100% going to stay in the first place spot even if they win or lose games. So my question to you guys is, who do you guys think will win the division? It's really tight right now.
Yeah, I honestly think it'll be the Stars. I think I said Avalanche at the beginning of the year too. I could see that happening too, but I mean, Avalanche and the Stars are really the only two teams that will probably come out on top at this point. I mean, the season's only getting shorter, and I mean, the Stars have been up there for a while now, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I like their trade deadline acquisitions. Domi's been good for them. I know they had a couple OT losses, like you mentioned, but I mean, I don't see them going anywhere. I think they're the best team in this division.
I was somebody who was sky high on Dallas. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
You guys know that I was like I
yeah,
was meat riding Dallas at the beginning of
you
the
were,
season.
yeah,
Still are.
But I kind of still am. I still love it. But honestly, like I forget this record's definitely changed. It might be better, it might be worse, but the last I checked, they were like 10, 9, and 10 against playoff teams. So the fact that that's like almost a 500 record all around. You basically add those overtime losses to the losses, you're like 10 and 19 against playoff teams. That's brutal. That is very brutal. And they're definitely bloated by their overtime stats. So I'm really wondering, like, they're gonna play either at this rate, they'll play either the Jets or the Kraken, I believe, in the first round, if I'm correct.
It's either the Kraken or the Oilers, because those two teams have kind of flip-flopped in between the two or in between the three and the wild card.
Oh, really? I don't know. Let me
I
look.
think so.
Yeah, you're right, because the Central, all the teams are so close together, and then the Pacific, it's kind of just like spread out a little bit. Let me take a look here real quick. I probably should have had this before. As of now, yeah, Winnipeg's holding that second wild card spot. And Seattle is holding that first one. So as of now, they play Seattle, I believe.
They'll play Seattle now.
Yeah, so I'm kind of intrigued to see. That would be a fun matchup, though. Honestly, kind of when you think about it, because first year for the Kraken in the playoffs and the Dallas Stars, electric. I think it'd be a fun series to watch. I don't know though. I really don't. And honestly, this sucks, but like I really don't see them going anywhere past probably the second round. And it sucks, but honestly, I just kind of believe that when you get those players like Stankoven and Johnston into the lineup, my mind will change. But as of now, I can't really see it. So Carter, who do you think is going to be first in the division? I think I drove off course.
Yeah, I get skipped over a lot. It's okay. I don't know. I've really liked how Minnesota's been lately. They have just been red hot lately through their last 10 games. Through their last 10, they're 7-1-2 right now. So they've been winning a lot of hockey games, and I've just liked how they've been playing. Like they've been playing some really solid hockey as of late. On Tuesday, they beat the Devils in overtime. I don't know if you guys saw that game, but what a finish to that one. But I don't know. I've just really liked how Minnesota's been playing lately. So I really think that they can keep their momentum going into the postseason as well. Because that's as much as winning the division is key here, if you go into the postseason with a lot more momentum, you can beat any team.
Oh,
like
for sure.
A wild card 2 team could beat the top team in whatever division it is. If you come in red hot on like a 5-game winning streak, ooh, I don't know. But I really like Minnesota's game. I think they can keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, like look at
the
the Lightning previous years. Look at what team was it? The Canadians. Excuse me, back in 2021. Yeah, it's definitely possible. Anything can happen in the playoffs, and that's why I think what is fun with the NHL playoffs, and it's different from some of the other sports, but anything can really happen, and it's the hardest trophy to win in sports. So nothing's guaranteed. Like Boston could be first right now, and they can go out in the first round. Could for sure happen. Not saying it will, but it could for sure happen. Was that game against the Devils the buzzer beater game? Was that the?
That was the one where Boldy scored with like a second left.
And then Eli Manning was just in shock. Wasn't that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then here I am not having any clue who that is. I'm like,
Yeah, you have no like football
what is
knowledge
the
at all.
point?
That's
Why
okay.
did you send this to me? I
I
was
enjoyed
so
it.
lost. I was like, is this just a random fan reaction? Like, who is this? Who does he even
No,
play for? The Jets?
He used to play for the Giants. He
Oh.
oh
retired.
man.
Oh, okay.
Nord,
Okay.
we gotta. Me and Jack gotta teach you a little bit of football and other sports.
Facts.
besides hockey.
We need some football lessons. I've been watching the World Baseball Cup. I watched a few of those games. Have you guys watched those? The World Baseball Cup?
Oh yeah,
Jack's
dude,
been
that was so good.
I was looking for topics. I actually posted on my Instagram, and I believe somebody said that what was like the comparable hockey equivalent to the World Baseball Classic, because the World Baseball Classic was such a huge success.
Yeah,
I don't.
it'd be the World Cup of hockey.
Probably, yeah.
Because
Yeah, it would.
because unlike the
That or the
Olympics, we can
Olympics.
actually have NHLers in there. Like you take the MLB, like you're taking the best guys from their country, NHL, wherever they're from. Like you put them all in one tournament. Whereas Olympics, they're not really allowed to take these NHL guys because
Yeah,
the
for
NHL
sure.
doesn't want to lose them, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, that's a question for another day. But anyways, Minnesota. I'm gonna go back to Minnesota. I don't think Minnesota's all that, to be honest. I really don't. I feel like Gustafson's kind of carrying them. I think people might not like that, but I still think that Gustafson's kind of carrying them, which isn't entirely unjustified. He has insane stats, but anyways, talked about Winnipeg, we talked about Colorado, we talked about Dallas, talked about Minnesota. You guys have any more thoughts on the Central Division?
I do not.
Nope. Okay, we'll move just right into headlines then. We don't got another topic. Bedard being stalked. Did you guys see this? And I'd like to
I sent you.
Yeah,
that was me.
Oh, it was you? Oh.
Yeah.
So apparently there was reports of, Bedard having all these people outside his house demanding autographs. Apparently people have broken into his backyard asking for autographs. People have asked to sign his forehead. People are taking pictures of him. It's like this guy's a celebrity, which I guess he kind of is. I mean, he's getting really hyped up by the media. He's getting hyped up by the media to be this insane next prospect. So,
Well, and also if you're a hockey player in Canada, you're basically an A-list celebrity.
yeah.
pretty much. To be honest, it's a big hockey country up there. If you're a good hockey player, you'll get recognized. 100%. He'll probably have to move though if he doesn't get drafted by Vancouver. That would be very
Well, he's in Regina, so
Regina. Yeah.
you have no idea where that is, so I'm just gonna.
No, I know where it is. Saskatchewan.
What?
Please tell me it's not in Saskatchewan. Please tell me it is.
No, it is. I'm proud of you.
I was
Those
gonna
are,
say.
those are happy
I
claps.
was gonna say you started clapping. I'm like, why? What was I wrong? Anyways,
No, you actually had it right. And I'm surprised. Jack probably thinks Bedard lives in an igloo. So
Yeah, just like all you Canadians.
skates to school every day. Um, anyways, it was announced yesterday that Brian Boyle has retired from hockey. He played, I believe, with the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Florida Panthers, the Nashville Predators, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the New Jersey Devils, the Los Angeles Kings, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the New York Rangers. As well as that, too, he was diagnosed with cancer in 2017 and came back just a year later to play hockey yet again. So amazing story. Was never like the best goal scorer. He didn't score a lot of goals. Wasn't like a huge point scorer. If anything, he was a fighter more than anything. But I give major props to him for being a really influential player, and he fought through everything to keep playing hockey, which is great. So best of wishes in retirement to him.
didn't he like in his like return? I can't remember if it was a return season or something, but he scored a hat trick or something on Hockey Fights Cancer Night.
Yeah,
Maybe it was a goal or a hat trick, but that was just incredible. Like what a story! Just to have cancer, come back, Hockey Fights Cancer Night, and you score a hat trick. You can't write anything better than that.
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. I saw this rumor pop up that apparently, I think we touched base with this like a few episodes ago, like a very long time ago. Erik Karlsson trade. We're going back to this for a second here. It was reported that Carter, that's my reaction. It was reported that Jack Campbell could be going to San Jose if a Karlsson trade actually happened, which what do you guys, Carter's reaction just says it all. What do you guys think about that?
What?
That would be a wild trade.
Yeah.
Jack,
He doesn't even fit the timeline in San Jose.
Yeah, not at all.
Like that really doesn't make any sense to me. I
no.
get it with the cap logistics, but apart from that, I can't really see it doesn't compute in my head. It doesn't compute to me at all. They shouldn't need to get Carlson, Holland. You got Ekholm, you're fine. I don't understand it. Like
I don't. The only reason that would like make sense is due to like cap things. But like, if the cap is what they're gonna have to do, and they gotta move Jack Campbell to do it, there's gonna be a lot more in return to San Jose.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. As well as that too. I think we talked about this. I think we did talk about this on the podcast. But the Rasmus Sandin deal, apparently Sandin was clueless that the Toronto deal was that Toronto was like even trading him. And as well as that too, he apparently never requested a trade, even though I thought he did at the beginning of the season. Am I wrong? Did you guys see that? Did we talk? We might have even talked about
I feel like it's been like a rumor for most of the season that like he didn't want to be there. And he
Yeah.
might have. I feel like I do remember hearing something where he did request a trade, but unless that's more just insider fake noise, like always. But I don't know.
Well, I'm glad he's playing well with Washington. I believe we talked about him in the last episode where we talked about the trending players. So definitely good that he's doing well. Honestly, this next piece, people flipped out about this. People absolutely hate this. I really don't have much of any thoughts on it, but I do want to bring it up. The NHL apparently signed a 10-year deal with Fanatics from 2025 to 2035. Honestly, from what I've heard, the on-ice product's going to stay the same. Everything's going to stay the same in that remark. It's going to come from the same factory. The on-ice product's going to be the same. It's just the overall, like, the fan product and the merchandise is where a lot of people do not like this at all. Do you guys have any thoughts on this? I really don't know too much about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know either. I know like they're not changing anything on the ice, right? That the players were.
I don't think so. They might.
yeah.
I don't think
Like,
so.
is it gonna stay like the same as the Adidas jersey, but like just Fanatic branding or what?
I believe so, but I might be wrong. I have no clue. We'll find out
Because-
more as it gets closer, but
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then it's fine. But if you're using the same quality of product that you're sending to the fans for these NHLers, they are gonna have a hard time with these jerseys, man.
oh yeah. And
So-
I've been seeing memes of like how, here comes McDavid down the right end and his jersey rips as he comes into the zone. That's been like a meme that we've seen. And honestly, it does kind of worry me a little bit, to be honest. But yeah, there's really nothing we can do about that. It seems like the NHL just keeps on piling up L's and L's and L's and L's with the TV broadcasting, the jersey
Gatorade.
payments. Just where's this league going to, man? Like, kind
I
of
don't know.
worried now.
Everything is just kind of like, as far as the NHL, everything's just kind of gone to like crap as far as like deals and sponsorships. Like you lost. ESPN's not doing anything to promote the game. You lost your Gatorade sponsorship. BioSteel, it's still doing a great thing.
I love
I know that.
BioSteel. BioSteel is actually so good. Have you guys
I like
had
BioSteel.
They're actually pretty good. I don't know if they're. Oh, he has one, doesn't he?
I have an addiction to BioSteel, and that's not even
I've heard
a
it's
joke.
good.
Yeah, I always try the rainbow kind, whatever the rainbow kind is. That's my favorite kind. I always love that. But yeah, I don't know though. I think the NHL has a lot to do to get back from this.
I
There's
feel
no-
like the most upsetting part is the fact that like Nike, the brand that does every single other major sports jersey, just said, nah, we don't even want to place a bid. They're like, we want our brand to stay strictly away from hockey. So, which is really upsetting as a fan, because Nike does make great products. Like some of the jersey designs that they come up with for like alternates and stuff, like it's always good. Like it'd be so nice to have a brand like that in our game, but no, we got to settle with Fanatics.
It's extremely concerning, 100%. Anyways, we'll move on here. Jonathan Toews, and this is unfortunate news here for Jack. Apparently, Toews is considering retirement because he's been dealing with this long-term COVID issue. I think we talked about this when Toews was staying with the team, but I didn't think it would be at this magnitude. So, Jack, it's unfortunate, but honestly, it was going to happen eventually. It's not set in stone that he'll retire, but this also means that he's probably not going to stay with Chicago. So that sucks.
Yeah, obviously his contract's running out at the end of the year, and I don't think he's really expecting to get another big contract, which he won't. But yeah, the Hawks probably don't plan on re-signing him. And then obviously as the whole illness thing he's dealing with, so I think Hawks fans and just fans in general kind of figured he would consider retirement, and it was reported by one of the Hawks reporters that he's seriously considering retiring. So I think he will retire. So it was a great career for him if it is over. Three
Yeah, for
cups,
sure.
obviously, huge part to those teams. So yeah, I think he'll retire, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. And the last piece of news that I have here is that Chicago was eliminated from the playoffs along with Anaheim and Columbus. And as well as that, too, at the time of recording of this video, it isn't set in stone, but there is a possibility that Carolina could make the playoffs tonight and Boston could clinch the Atlantic Division. So there's a lot of that going on around. So yeah, anyways, we'll move on from the headlines here to trending players. We'll start off with Florida's Matthew Tkachuk, who is playing some very good hockey as of late. He has 15 points in his last 6 games played. I have a question for you, and this is going to be pretty hot. I've posted my Norris Trophy winner or my Norris Trophy candidates on my Instagram. Do you guys think that Matthew Tkachuk, if the Panthers make the playoffs, could he be in the Hart conversation? What do you think? I was gonna say Norris. Do you think?
Yeah, I was like, you brought up your Norris. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, no, because over the next couple of days, I'm gonna be posting my award my award runners for each award. So, yeah, I thought I'd start off with that. But anyways, shameless promotion. But do you guys think that Tkachuk could go for Hart? You guys think so?
It's possible, but not likely.
He could be in the conversation. He won't win it, but I think he could be in the conversation, is what I'm trying to say. So he has been carrying this Panthers team.
He just has to keep putting up those numbers he's recently been putting up for the rest of the season.
Next up, you got Ottawa. We got 2 goalies. We got Ottawa's goalie, Dylan Ferguson, who is really starting to make Senators fans question what is our goaltending situation? He had 40 saves in his NHL debut against the Pittsburgh Penguins and won 2-1. An amazing win for the goalie. Big congratulations to him. And then the last trending player I have is Jordan Binnington of the St. Louis Blues. I don't believe that we recorded since it happened, but there was an incident where he got into a fight with Ryan Hartman and other players in the Wild and was basically taunting the Wild bench and was being an idiot, being a baby as he usually is, and he was suspended 2 games. So I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. What did you guys initially think about this when you saw
that was awesome. I
initially thought let him go. Let Fleury and Binnington go.
Did you see that Fleury was mic'd up for that? I don't know if you guys actually watched, but
he was?
Yeah, Fleury was mic'd up for that. So he was you could hear him talking. So I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you want after this, go find the video, or Nord, you can put it in here or whatever you want. But he was mic'd up for that, and he was basically saying let's go, and then the refs tried to pull it apart, and Fleury's like, no, come on, let me go, it's gonna be good.
I want him to go. I want him to fight. I think they play again, though. I
really want a goalie fight. We haven't had a goalie fight in so long. I don't think since Smith and I don't remember who the Calgary goalie was, but we haven't had a goalie fight in a long time. And there's been chances of it this year, but the refs don't want it to happen.
Yeah, they shut it down right away.
There's been 2 or 3 chances this year.
Yeah, the thing is though with that too is also what plays a role in that is how basically if the game gets too out of hand, the refs get yelled at by the league and I think they get fined. They might get fined, in fact, from what I heard. So who knows? Anyways, we'll move into the game of the week, which Carter will take it away. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my water. Carter, take it away. Game of the week.
All right. I'll take away game of the week. So yeah. I don't really know. So yeah, the game of the week that I have, both teams actually have a chance to clinch something tonight. The Boston Bruins with a chance to clinch the Atlantic, and the Carolina Hurricanes with a chance to clinch a playoff spot. both teams are actually playing each other on Sunday, March 26th. So that is definitely my game of the week. Top two teams or I don't know if they're top two, but the top one team in their respective division, the Boston Bruins and the Carolina Hurricanes. So definitely going to be a good game to watch for that one.
That is a much watched game for sure, Carter. Thank you. Anyways,
You're welcome.
we'll move out of I heard what you said. I was in the background. But anyways, we'll move on from the headlines and stuff, and we'll talk about the Eastern Conference standings and more or less the wild card race. We're going to talk about 4 teams here, even though there's technically, I believe, 7 teams in the race. We're only going to talk about 4 because really it's only narrowed down to those 4. And so many would argue it's narrowed down to 3. You start off with the New York Islanders. They're in that first wild card spot with 82 points, which I would like to point out that Bo Horvat has 2 goals in his last 15 games.
Tough luck.
You signed him to an 8-year contract as well.
$8 million too.
Yeah. Yikes.
Sorry, Bartner.
Yeah, sorry, partner. That's not going to be a fun contract to really deal with for the next couple of years. But hey, they're winning, so I guess that's good. You got Pittsburgh in the second wild card spot with 79 points, which they beat the Avalanche last night, I don't believe that I believe they are now in that second wild card spot even more, I believe. I'm not sure. And then you have the Florida Panthers on the outside looking in with 78 points. And then you have Washington in 4th spot with 74 points. So Washington most likely out of it. They sold at the deadline. They were not trying to make the playoffs. I highly doubt they will. So honestly, I think they're out of it. It's all down to those 3 teams. And honestly, I think the Islanders are pretty much a lock to make it, in my opinion. It's only down to the Penguins and the Panthers, because the Penguins, they had some ground on the Panthers. And then they started losing games, and then the Panthers started winning games. However, I do believe that the Penguins do have a game in hand on the Panthers. I might be wrong. They do not? Okay.
No, the Penguins have a game in hand on the Islanders, but it's their difference by 2 points. So
yeah, they did last night at least. So anyways, who do you guys think will come out of that? Because honestly, like, Pittsburgh's hasn't been playing okay. But they beat Colorado last night. So are they suitable to make that second wild card, or is it going to be Florida? Is Florida going to have Matthew Tkachuk pave the way for them all the way to the promised land? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know.
My God.
Tkachuk, I mean, he really has to carry here, because I don't see any other really significant production on that team. So yeah, they're gonna have to make a little run here, like probably now, if they wanna grab that spot. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
as much as I want the downfall of the Penguins, they're on they have a long streak of making the playoffs. So I really do want this to kind of keep going for them, because it would be really nice for them to, I think I hit 17 seasons in a row.
Yeah, I believe so.
So that would be really nice to see happen. But I also do want the downfall of the Penguins, but I do think that Florida can definitely catch them. As well as other teams too. Like, you never know, like some of these teams could end up getting hot and making their way.
I don't believe so. I honestly
it can happen. So. You don't have to think so, but it can happen.
It can, but it probably won't.
All it takes is a 5-game win streak for one team and a 5-game lose streak for another.
I don't see that happening this late in the year, though. I really can't.
That's fine. I can.
Okay, Carter, go Buffalo. I do want to point out, like, the gap between the first score on the Panthers and the second score. Tkachuk has 96 points, almost at 100. The next score is Carter Verhaeghe.
Oh, me?
Carter Verhaeghe, not Carter Rousseau.
Oh.
Carter Verhaeghe. That is, I believe, a 32-point difference between the two of them, which is, yeah, I did math, which is absolutely insane. So I think, honestly, it's probably going to stay the same, though. I believe that the Islanders and the Penguins will keep those second wild card spots. In fact, if the Penguins miss the playoffs, this will be like the first year since with both Philly teams missing the playoffs since or both Philly teams,
Both Pennsylvania
both
teams.
PA teams.
Wow, I'm not even American, and I knew that.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying things fast. It's okay. I'm tired. Okay, I haven't slept that much lately.
I
Penridge
just
lost-
yawned 2 seconds ago.
Okay, and anyway, this would be the first year that like both Pennsylvania teams missed the playoffs since like when? Like
Wow.
03, 04? Like
Well,
Yeah.
it would have been definitely 17 years ago because that's the streak that the Penguins are
Yeah.
on. So.
yeah, and the Flyers back then were good too. So we could be going back to like 1993 as the last time,
No way, no way, no
or
way.
not
no way.
1993, like 1990 something. Actually, I don't even know how long could this go. We need to look this up. Someone look this up.
I'm on it. You guys focus and talk. I'll look this up.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to our final topic because we don't got that much time left. We're gonna talk about award predictions. So, Carter, while you do your research, me and Jack are gonna give our award predictions.
Well, I
Jack,
can
who
still
do you?
do mine.
Yeah, you can still do yours. We're gonna do this a little bit rapid fire, but Jack, who do you got winning the Norris Trophy?
Norris, I have Adam Fox.
Oh, really? I've Kel McCarr. I have McCarr winning it. I think I had Fox at the beginning of the year though. Carter?
I have Josh Norrisy.
Okay, Josh Norris makes sense. 100. I just said Josh Norris, but anyways,
Thanks.
it definitely makes sense. Vezina Trophy. I think we all have the same answer, right?
Omar.
Olmark?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carter? Olmark?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, like, there's no even joking about that. Calder Trophy. I have Matty Beniers. I think we might have the same there too.
Yep. I got the same.
Carter?
Yeah.
Matty Beniers. Okay. Selke, I have once again Bergeron.
Bergeron too.
I can't see him not winning it with the Bruins playing the way they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
Hart Trophy. I have McDavid.
We
Yeah,
don't even have
me
to go
too.
through that one.
For Jack Adams, our last award, I actually have Dean Evison of the Wild. Even though I think he is a little bit overrated, I do believe he's done a good job managing this team. You could argue, what's another team? The Devils, Lindy Ruff. You could argue him too, but who do you guys have?
I have the Lindy Ruff. I have the Devils coach.
Jack?
Lindy Ruff.
Lindy Ruff. All right. Well, that's it. Carter, do you have any?
Hold on. I'm in the middle of this right now. Okay, hang on.
Are you just like looking up every single year?
No. I have Hockey DB open.
That's like a stat, really?
Well, yeah. Well, you can check like the team's history. Okay, so wow, we are actually going back way further than 94. No way, this is going back really far. Okay, 90.
Well, when you
Okay.
think about it, like
1989 to 1990 was the last time both Pennsylvania teams were out of the playoffs.
Jesus,
Wait,
how
hang
long
on.
ago was that's like almost 30 years ago. 33 years ago it would be.
33.
Yeah, and then the
Wow.
06-07 was the closest, but yeah, wow. A long time ago. So that's what, 33 years?
Let me do math.
Yeah.
Yeah, 33 years ago.
That's actually ridiculous.
That's a crazy stat.
That's actually a crazy stat.
Been a
Whoa.
minute.
That's wild. Anyways, that's really all I got for this NordCast. We did that in one session. That goes to show us
That's
from
really
Yeah,
rare
that's
for us.
first time.
first timer. Yeah. All right. Anyways, thank you all for listening and watching. Pretty short episode today, but we do appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next.
Is Jack actually glitching?
That was a glitch.
I didn't know that was